But what happened is I got to know Michael Cohen and got to know these people around Trump.
Yeah.
And Jerry Falwell Jr. was a guy, I'm like, that
Uh,
guy, I got to get that guy. He's the worst,
yeah.
he's Mason. And there'd been a story about him and a pool boy, right?
Oh,
And
Our friend just a former guest here just made a documentary on it.
yes.
wait, God
Billy
forbid.
Corbin.
Oh, yeah, God
Yeah,
forbid,
Billy.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I gave
yeah.
him tape. I helped him. I gave him tapes. I gave him another pool boy who's a
Amazing.
great kid. And that documentary he did such a great job. But
Oh, it's amazing.
I recorded, there were several pool boys,
Yeah.
but Michael Cohen called me to straighten me out on Jerry Falwell. It's the best tape ever where he's like, I just want to say you got it wrong about Falwell and the pool boy and whatever. It's not a gay thing or whatever. It's just some pictures of the wife, some boudoir type. I mean, they're terrible. But that's when I went down to do that deal. I go, well, that's none of my business then. I said, I just don't like it. They xenophobic and the pool boy is Mexican and he's like build the wall. And I said, but that's his sexual thing with him and his wife. I'm not gonna. And then he goes like this. Yeah, the pictures are terrible. I still have one of the pictures. And then I hung up and then I flew to New York to see what. Not that I want to see a picture of, but it was not a boudoir picture. And so I thought, well, I've got to get to know this young man, Giancarlo Grande, who is really a hero.
Yeah, for sure.
And he just was out here last week. We went to the Soho House, but he's amazing. And I thought, well, this is because Michael Cohen, we talked a million times, and I gave Billy a bunch of tape, but he lied to me. That's the problem. Like we were buddy, I was helping him, I was on his side, I was there, and what I realized, I said, I'm not going to do the Falwell thing until the day after he goes to prison. So
Yeah.
I waited until the day after he goes to prison, then I did that. But I found out is he was kind of back with the Falwells, and Michael Cohen, who's complaining that they just dropped him.
Michael Cohen today is back with the Falwells?
Yeah. And where we broke up, we haven't talked in a while, because in the fall of, I think, 2020, after Giancarlo came forward and Jerry Falwell got kicked out of his own school, I said, I want you to do me a favor. Giancarlo wants out of that business arrangement. They have that land down there in Miami, that youth hostel, the gay youth hostel.
Yeah.
And he owns 25% of that, and he wants to get out. Like he wants to start his life. I said, he'll take 10 cents on the dollar what it's worth. Would you be the fixer now for Giancarlo like you were for the Falwells with the other pool boy? Yeah. And I said, that would be really cool with your redemption tour and stuff. And he's like, well, Tom, we have different journeys. You're on your journey, I'm on mine. And I was like, fuck him. That's it.
So it turns out Michael Cohen is a piece of shit. Is that what you're telling me?
He's about 80% good. He never. They always hold stuff back that they think may, reflect badly on them. But Michael Cohen did a lot of amazing stuff. I mean, when he was in prison, I had a cell phone talking to him, and then something happened. He got in trouble with the cell phone, which I don't know if they let prisoners have cell phone. And then a journalist called me and said, I visited Michael Cohen and he wants you to have this new number. Like we kept in constant, I was always trying to build him up, it's a
I have
Jewish
a question about that. So when you say he's in with the Falwells, are you just basing that on the fact that he wouldn't take on Giancarlo's case? Or because I can almost understand not wanting to get back in that world.
I hear that. He had the weekend before he went to prison, they came and took him to dinner. And the tape, he makes it clear how hurt his feelings were, and he went to their granddaughter's, I'm not sure what it's called, christening or something, and he bought her a Chanel bag. I don't know. He was very hurt that they had not been in touch with him since the Trump stuff came down, and then they were, and then he made a decision. And maybe, he was struggling for money. I mean, Michael Cohen lost everything: his law license, credit cards, and stuff, and his
whole business was based on those taxi medallions, which plummeted in value with Uber. So.